podcast and maybe the Princess of the Universe. Hi, folks, I'm Matt.
I'm Bruce.
And I'm Steve.
Hey, we're going to talk about Knife of Dreams.
Finally, some action.
Things
are happening. Things have changed. Plot lines have been resolved.
All is good. You can basically just end after this book. Okay, so why is it called Knife of Dreams?
I don't know, but I just realized I brushed up on the wrong book.
Can I ask which one?
Crossroads of Twilight.
That's funny. That's the one we just did last time.
And then nothing rang any bells. When Bruce said a minute ago, he's like, I really enjoyed this. I was like, what? That should have been my first hit.
You cover it again, you still didn't realize. We even talked about it, and you still, it's so pointless a book. You forgot we spoke about it. That song's Crossroads of Twilight song. But we are climbing out of the drudge now. Yes. I don't have any idea. We were talking about this because as Bruce said, why do you call it Knife of Dreams again? I just can't remember. Bruce didn't either. I don't remember what Knife of Dreams is.
They didn't even go in. Well, did they even go into the dream realm in this book? And were there any
Not
night
that I
dreams?
know.
Goes in, some in every book, but I don't know that he went in that much in this book.
I don't think he did. So this is why it's confusing.
This is
I mean,
where
it's
he's pulled out of.
Yeah, it's a cool, title, but
There's no knives, there's no dreams.
no, just a knockoff Lanfear. I mean Grendel. I think Grendel's a knockoff Lanfear. What do you think?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean,
because
she's very similar.
Get,
she's a very similar character.
She is, but you don't get much of Lanfear to really know what she's like.
Well, you get the same character type though. Grendel seems like the same character type.
Yeah.
Evil, seductive.
So.
I didn't see much creativity between her and Lanfear besides a different name. I'm glad she isn't named Landfire or something. And Jordan. So I don't know. I y'all didn't see that obviously.
Not a big deal. We had a couple marriages in this book. That was interesting and fun.
Yes, we did. We can skip to that one. Loyal gets married.
Yeah.
Which is
those ears,
fun.
man. Those ears.
Well, we have some.
Not to be crude.
Hold on.
Those ears.
We have some nose on nose action on that wedding. There's the snozberries taste like snozberries. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
they're part Eskimo.
Yeah. Well, instead of a well-turned calf, we do have those ears. Which are way
not to be crude. Not to be crude.
No, she has nice long eyebrows too. That was another
one.
one.
I missed that.
I
no,
remember
she likes
that.
his eyebrows.
Oh no, that's right. She
okay.
likes his long, luscious eyebrows. Yeah. If this doesn't make you want to puke, but it's funny because it's Loyal, and you gotta love Loyal, and you gotta love that story. So
yeah, it is fun.
And then he turns into
fun.
a major badass.
No, haven't gotten there for me yet. But well, he called in. He saw the Trollocs coming and was able to call in.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
Yeah, like
so we got a little battle.
He grabs his axe and I think Elder Hammond grabs the two axes off the wall and they like, okay,
yeah,
it's business time, and not the kind you were thinking, Loyal. I know you just got married, but
get your nose off that nose and come on in here and join me in the slaughter. But no, I like Loyal as a character is just great, man, and it's just always nice to see him get a little bit because he doesn't get ignored, but he's always kind of that side character. I feel like he always plays second fiddle to someone.
He's a Chewbacca.
Well,
he is a Chewbacca, but I love it when he takes center stage.
Yeah,
I love it when he takes center stage.
He doesn't all the time, and I think that's how he likes it. He wants to be there,
right?
To take notes.
He wants to write his book.
He really wants his book. So he doesn't necessarily want to be on the front lines because you die on the front lines. and he won't be able to write his book.
It may be a stretch, but of course I've been reading the history of Middle Earth, and he's almost like a Bilbo, with the Red Book writing the story, and he wants Frodo to finish the story for him because he can't.
Okay.
Now, but Loyal is about writing the story and making sure he notates it. He's like, promise me, Rand, when you're back, will you please let me know? Don't skip the details.
Yeah.
I want to be
He's
here.
always pestering them right after something significant happens.
What?
Like, I want to know the details.
Yeah, let me
while
know
it's fresh on
everything.
your mind.
Yeah.
And his big fear was meeting his mom again, that she was going to make him get married, which she did. But it looks like his wife is going to work with him.
Looked like it backfired because now the mom's like, oh, what have I done?
Yeah.
Because now she can't control Loyal anymore. So
He's like, my loyal.
no, and she goes, because now she knows the rules and everything, how things go. And the thing is, this really, in the grand scheme of things, has nothing to do with the story, but it's so interesting.
Yes,
It's so entertaining.
It's good.
It is so good.
World building.
This should have been it is. It's world building. That's true. But this should have been, Loyal is what they could have should. Loyal's Knife of Dreams. I don't know. Something, Loyal of Dreams. I don't know. I would have liked just a book about him, just going through the married life. Heck, we could have called it Crossroads of Twilight. More memorable stuff to talk about.
Those ears, man.
I'm telling you. So, anyway, let me back up a little bit because Black Aja are now undercover. They're stirring division between the sisters. We know this now. So
we're starting to find them everywhere.
We're starting to find them. They're starting to pop up. Well, there was we went from just a few books a long time ago to where Black Aja do not exist. They are Bigfoot, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's just made up to where okay, it's obvious they're among us, and this is kind of scary now.
Yeah.
Because we never knew there were that many, and so the division's even
That's
deeper than what we thought.
That's what I think has really scared a lot of them. Is like, whoa, there's a lot more than we thought.
Yeah, not only are they here, but there's more.
They knew that they were there. They had to know that they were there. But
it was will for ignorance.
Yes.
Ignoring because that would
didn't want to talk about.
That would admit that they were weak.
And every time
short-sighted.
Every time in this book where they assumed 2 or 3, it wound up being 4, 5, 6.
Yeah.
There
were 13 at the very beginning that stole all the sangreals and turangreals and stuff like that from the storage. There were 13 of them that left at one time, and it's obvious that wasn't all of them.
Yeah.
But they wanted this. They're all gone. They got scared and left. No, they left a lot behind.
Yeah.
So.
No, I definitely agree with that. All right. So, other things that I have here is that Matt walks in on Rand naked with another girl, and he just kind of like, oh, okay, that's what he's doing. I'm like, you remember that?
He has visions.
Was that a vision?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he did.
They haven't actually seen each other.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he keeps having these visions of
that's what.
Anytime somebody else mentions Rand or Perrin.
Do you know how many dreams I have about either one of you two guys naked?
All the Nile.
That would be 0. That'd be 0.
Don't live in the Nile.
You're lying.
Not just a river in Egypt.
If you believe that, I got a bridge on Brooklyn.
There's a reason you brought it up,
I'm
Matt.
getting at, what I'm getting at, I am. This is the reason I'm right. I think Jordan lost his way in writing Matt's character.
Mm-hmm.
Matt started off as such a fun character, and he should be better than how he's written. He's gone from being a fun character to no fun at all.
He had some really good moments in this book.
He did.
When his wife decided to go ahead and name him her husband,
mm-hmm.
She saw him as just a joke character, but then she sees him with his men, and
mm-hmm.
he takes control, and he becomes the general.
Right.
And that's when she's like, oh, this is my husband.
There's more to
Tuon. Tuon's saying that, and they just, I don't know, they're just weird. His name, he's Toy, she's Precious. I'm like, well, I don't know. You got little cute nicknames, but it's not really. I don't know. Matt just doesn't seem like a fun character to me right now.
Well, he's being stifled.
Yeah.
I mean, he
just
got
raped. He just got raped.
Yeah, he just got out of a very abusive relationship.
He's got to recover a little.
Well, I'm not saying he has to make jokes about it, but
well, no, but he's trapped. He's trying to keep Tuon safe. She treats him like a toy. Plays game with him. He's got Jolene, not Jolene. What's the Aes Sedai that he rescued, and then the other one.
Oh, I don't.
It's not
Do you know the
Jolene.
name? I don't know the
I heard
name.
that's
I
on
know
the-
who you're talking
But
about.
yeah, he's got those two Aes Sedai. He's got Eludra that is kind of playing with him about trying to figure out what the whatever she is working on. He's got Luca who's fighting them the whole time. You know, they're barely covering any ground. It's the weather's all jacked up. They're not just he's so frustrated all the time that it's kind of hard for him to
Really,
be the
and
fun-loving
then, well,
character that we
and then
thought
he gets
was.
married, which is a surprise to no one but Matt in the book. I don't know.
No, he knew it was coming. It wasn't a surprise to him. He didn't expect it at that
Well, I
moment.
was like,
Right, that was
you know,
that was a big thing.
but he
It's
knew
not,
it was
not
coming.
expected.
But then you find out that she had a prophecy of who her husband was, and
Mhm.
he fulfilled it in those moments.
Right.
And then
Oh,
also,
yes,
it's
he
kind of
did.
nice because it was just like, hey, you want to go? And she's just like, no, I'm going back to my kingdom. We'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No
He just didn't-
consummation for you, jokester.
But then it had another good scene with, she left behind her men to help him fight off who was coming after her.
Mm-hmm.
And, and they realize that he is a noble. And
Oh, was
they
that
start
in
to
this
address
one?
him as much.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, I've always hated nobility,
Uh-huh.
and now I am.
Yep.
And he just laughs.
Yeah, but I don't know. He laughs and laughs and laughs, and it's not funny.
I liked it.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
It was good.
Okay,
I think
Alright, it's just me
It's
then.
the beginning of his
it's just me then.
transformation, I think, to
Well, his transformation happens in the next book.
right.
The thing is, he had his
Like he
good
becomes
moments.
funny again.
Yeah.
Because he had his good moments with the Aes Sedai trying to
He had his good
channel
moments
with
from
him
back in
and
the
it
day.
just falling flat. He
Oh,
He
bends
started-
one over his knee and spanks
Yeah,
her right
yeah.
there in front of everybody.
He's great.
I thought
He's had
that was
great
the
moments.
funniest shit.
He's
That
had
was
great
good.
moments.
yeah,
but,
he could feel the medallion getting cold, which he knew they
Uh-huh.
were trying to get
He'll
him.
get
and stuff,
frostbite.
but it's-
Yeah. Now, speaking of Perrin, Baron has, and I counted it, it was 51 days he's been searching for his wife,
Yes,
is what it is. That is the
Oh.
whole span of the 3 books that just took place.
Okay, yeah.
In less than
No, and
2
the
right.
last
months.
book was
The-
at
the
23
Rope of
days.
Knots.
Was at the beginning of the last book was 23 days. So we just
I counted, how much was it total then? I was counting
well,
51.
no,
was
this
I-
book, no, they did go say 51 in this book. So yeah, you're
Okay,
right.
so
But
it's been 51 days.
That's right. He ties the last knot in the cord and then
And he,
Yeah,
yes,
and then drops
and then he finally saves her. We've been waiting for this for
Mhm.
3-4
she's
books.
trying
now.
to figure out how to hook up with this other guy that's in the camp with her. Thankfully, it didn't go that way. It's like, oh my goodness, they're gonna do this. They're gonna do this. Don't do this.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't think
I thought they were gonna do it.
I didn't think they were going to do that. But we finally get to see something out of Perrin. It's called, what I call the Mario and Donkey Kong. We get some hammer smashing action out of Perrin,
yeah.
It was kind of
which was-
funny when he smashed the guy that's been hitting on his wife when she was trying to, trying to call him off. Even it's like no,
Yeah.
but he's like, "Brr, brr, brr, brr."
Yeah.
I
Hulk smash.
felt kind of bad. I felt kind of bad for him. This is like the most amount
the
of
guy getting
emotion.
hammered, or
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt bad for him. I did feel bad for him.
But he was the
Perrin,
only
'cause
guy
he didn't
nice to
know.
her.
no.
Yeah. He was the only guy nice to her. Watching
Well,
the
This
capture.
is about the extent of my emotions for Fayo. I feel a little bit bad for her because
Aw.
she kind of caused it to happen. But if she hadn't, I think the other guy would have.
So we
What
don't
killed
believe
Perrin.
all women, is what you're saying. She
But,
was
but who I
asking
feel
for it.
who I feel the most bad for is one of the other women that was captured with her that had to stab her protector of that group of guys that was
Okay.
helping, had to stab him in the back, and she actually cared for him.
Right.
But he was about to kill. I guess it was it Alejandra? Was it her?
The thing I like to think is they were breaking the fourth wall there, and Perrin's like, "Are you as tired as I am of this storyline? Let me just take a hammer to everything right now and just make it work." I mean, it didn't make
Hulk
it.
smash on everything.
It didn't make it worth waiting 3 books to finally see this,
Mm-mm.
but it was a nice scene. And I'm like, goodness gracious, this is the longest 2 months in the world.
It was good tactics too. I
really
enjoyed
the
that.
water with so that would knock out. Because the only problem was they had so many women who could channel, and so they had to find a way to
even the odds. Yeah.
So they got the what do they call it, the whatever fork root tea, and put it in the water because they had one source of water coming into the town. It wouldn't affect anybody that couldn't channel, so they wouldn't know. And then they left, I think, just like a handful of women that were able to actually try.
And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. But like I said, fun scene, but still not worth it.
Then we find out that one of the guys that was in the camp with him that was captured as well was Black Hadja.
Right.
And her punishment is to just
Oh,
she's
yeah.
stuck in slavery going on.
Rava just made her bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I think another big thing that happened in the book is that Rand's character changes again. He loses or almost loses his hand.
No, he does.
In battle. He does lose his hand in battle, that's right. He does lose his hand, so now he's the one-armed man now. He's kind of like Rick Grimes now from Walking Dead. But whenever you do something... Oh, sorry. In Walking Dead?
The thing is...
I quit watching when the
Tiger... Very early in the comic book, they played Choppa Choppa with his hand.
Oh.
And the thing is, though, when you do something to that, that's a permanent attribute that you're just, and pardon the phrase, handicapping the character with.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, now Rand is one of the most powerful people in the world.
Yeah.
Right.
He just can't clap.
Man.
But I mean, when they do something like this, like, wow, that's real,
Yeah.
That's a real development you have to move forward with.
A very high cost.
And I'm fine with that because I think again, remember originally Jordan this was his second to the last book.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, of course, we don't know exactly what. Obviously, he had more thoughts than or more things written down for the last book. But obviously, he thought, well, I'm gonna wrap this up, so I need to do something epic to Rand. Because I guarantee, if this was not the second to the last book in his mind, then I don't know if that would have happened.
He's gone this whole time without any physical cost.
No,
He's
yeah,
had
I
a
totally
lot
agree
of
with
mental
that. Yeah.
costs.
Yeah.
And physical costs as far as to himself.
Right.
His mind is going. He's carrying all this guilt for all these other people that have died, and then he's finally decided, well, no, I'm not going to care anymore. And I'm just going to become as hard as stone. And now he's got an actual physical cost. He went 1-to-1 with a Forsaken, and finally, even though they captured her, there's an actual physical cost to it.
Right.
And I mean, he was a blade master, but not anymore.
No, he can't be anymore. So I mean, there's permanent repercussions that happen because of this, and I mean, it's interesting. It's a great turn. But I was like, wow, I think I'd remember it after it happened, but I'd forgotten about it.
I had to.
I just forgot that they did that. I was like, oh yeah, Then it dawned on me, it's like they did do this. So I mean, interesting. And I mean, to be honest, like I said, this book starts off from the crawl and then slowly gets us out to hopefully back to normal. Like how is it Crown of Swords or Path of Daggers? Crown of Swords kind of dipped us into
Starts off
the Drudge and slows down. This one did the exact opposite. So I mean, but Knife of Dreams is not bad. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff that happens. Of course, after the last 3 books, I can't imagine what fans were thinking. Like, finally, something happening. But I mean, it's obviously a better thing. And I mean, this is what gives you hope. But I'll be honest, the first time reading this through, I remember thinking, if Brandon Sanderson does not finish strong, I'm gonna have to throw these books away. Because I was like, so far, I feel like we've been drugged through the mud just to get here. And like again, those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books can be in one season. Yeah. Easily. You're not skipping a beat there. So now we've finally gotten out of that. Is there anything else I'm missing from Knife of Dreams, though, first off? I feel like I'm...
Well, you've got Rodel Ituralda, who is one of the great captains who's just wreaking havoc on the Shan-Chen.
Oh yeah, I forgot about him. What else?
It is interesting how Shan-Chen are actually becoming partnered in a way with some of the good guys.
Yeah.
Because the expectation since the beginning was that my expectation was that they were going to be on the
side of the
dark
evil
one.
Yeah,
right.
The dark one.
You know, but especially with that, you know, marrying into their royalty and
all
that. I'm curious where this is going to play out.
Though at first,
Oh,
you get
yeah.
that vibe that
Well,
they are not in this for the good fight.
No, they're
They're
there
in it
to
for
conquer.
themselves.
But-
Yeah,
But they have their prophecies,
Yeah.
right.
and I'm pretty sure Tuon says in this that they fight. That
Right.
the nations will be united, and she's going to lead. The Crystal Throne is going to be the one that leads the fight against the Shadow.
Right.
So, but until then, you don't really know exactly which side of this fight they're going to be on.
No, you don't.
So I'm actually really curious to see how this plays out. I'm looking forward to that.
Right.
It was a twist I wasn't expecting, and it's interesting.
It will get a lot more interesting going forward. In fact, I think the whole story just takes on to another level at this point on.
Mm-hmm.
I really do. It really starts to pick up, and you really start going, "Oh, I was eating stale bread this whole time. I forgot what a feast sounds like." I mean, honestly, that you can. It's like someone turned on a light switch.
Yeah.
And it's not that Robert Jordan couldn't do it. It was just that I think he was just
Getting sick.
maybe so, but I mean, just after that drudge, like, good gosh, I hope we can do something better than this.
Yeah.
And that's what Brandon Sanderson does later on, which I can't wait to talk about. But
Starts next book. We
but
have
this
three more books.
This is 3 more books, but this is Robert Jordan's last one he wrote. So overall, now that you've read all of Robert Jordan's, you've already said what your favorite is. I think I agreed with you.
Yeah.
All of Robert Jordan's, yes.
All of Robert Jordan's Wheel of Time.
Yeah, I know which one of mine is.
Which one is your favorite now?
That's the one with I Said I Captured Rand.
Yeah.
What was that? Yeah.
Lord of Chaos.
Lord of Chaos.
Lord of Chaos.
That was so good.
Yeah, that's the
Really
one that has all the.
And the first, I think it was the third. But
Third one's a good one too.
Yeah.
I enjoy. Well, to be honest,
those are the kind
to be honest, all of them just get better and better each time they ramp up. I mean, Eye of the World is a great opening. It's a great introduction to all the characters. We've already talked about the Great Hunt. It's so much fun. It's its own individual story, and it's so much fun. It's all tied up in one knot. I really love that.
I mean, you got Eye of the World, good. Great Hunt, good. The Dragon Reborn.
Dragon Reborn.
Great.
Yeah. Shadow Rising.
Very good.
Yeah.
Lord of Chaos.
Keeps going. What's the other one?
Well,
There's the Fires of Heaven, which was good.
Yeah.
I mean, so the thing is, though, it's ramping us up.
Really and I think that's what makes the slog that much more disappointing. It's because they just ramped up.
Yes.
And were so
each
good.
book was hitting on all cylinders.
It felt like he was dragging out. It should have been one book.
It felt like he wanted to go 12, but at the time he couldn't think how he could. Except for just dragging out scenes.
Those 4 books, including this one, should have been one book.
Oh yeah, and you could easily put it all in one book too.
I'm not sure if I agree. It's
maybe 2
tough
books.
as
How dare you? I'm kidding.
Maybe 2 books.
Dare you? No, as tough as the slog is to get through, I do understand the need to slow down and to have some of the main characters solidify who they are before you can expect them to take on the type of responsibilities that they have to take on.
You do need to breathe in between action scenes. I agree between that. It shouldn't be just action.
But how many years was that? If you were buying them,
2.
That was just 2 years.
There's only been 2 years that have passed.
Hold on, I'm talking about in the release of the book.
Publication wise.
How long? If you were buying them as they came out, how many years did somebody have to go through those?
Man, like 6.
That had to have been terrible.
6 or 7. Yeah, I'm
And
sure it was.
that's what's dragging your. Because you wait forever.
But do you write? Do you write for the people that are waiting for your books, or do you write so that your books, as a whole, make sense and you do your characters justice? One of the things that the biggest thing about season 8 of Game of Thrones is because that people have a problem with is the characters didn't earn where they were.
Yeah.
Oh, if you had gone from Lord of Chaos and made all that one big book, it would have been a large book, but just all one time, then it would not have felt natural.
Okay, ready? Crown of Swords, 1996.
Okay.
Knife of Dreams, 2005. That's 9 years.
Wow.
9 years. Fans had
five books,
go through
4 books.
Yeah,
in
those
9 years.
5 books. So yeah, in 9 years. So you're looking at, and it was May of '96, October of 2005. Oh, holy cow!
And then you hear he's dead now.
We met him right before Knife of Dreams came out.
Yeah.
I just realized that Knife of Dreams hadn't come out yet.
Huh.
Okay. When I met him back in 2005, it was in June or something.
Con.
But yeah, okay. But the thing is, though, it's just like you had to wait 9 freaking years.
Yeah.
And
I understand.
It's tough on the fans when nothing. I mean, it could be worse. You could be a George R.R. Martin fan, and he's happy to die before bringing out another book.
There's supposedly going to be an announcement in the next month or so.
Yeah, we've heard that many times before.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
The announcement is,
but at least
it's still coming.
At least he's been confined to quarters. So
that's not going to do him. He's been binge watching other shows. He's not writing anymore. But I mean, I would like him to finish it. But the thing is, though, I don't know. That's a lot to ask the fans to put up with. Now, to be honest, there were tons of fans in 2005 lined up to meet him. Everyone happy to meet him. So I mean, it wasn't like gloom and doom. But I know if it was me, I would seriously be thinking I need to quit this series if I was reading it one at a time. I'd get burned out. But fans were.
That's one of the reasons that I wait until a series is complete.
I do too. I didn't. Well, remember,
I didn't do it with.
I got into this one because Sean Mahaffey goes, "Oh, he's almost done with the series. So by the time you finish all 11 books, they'll all be out." I went, "Oh, that's great." No.
Well, you didn't plan on him dying.
Because I don't think I had started reading them, or maybe I did at that time when I got him to sign my book. Because I was thinking, okay, well, he's got just one more left, because that's what we knew. There's one more after this, and he said he was writing it right away. Well, what we didn't know is he meant I'm dying, so I need to hurry up and finish this. But he was like, "Oh no, I'm going to get on this. Don't worry, we're already." He said, because I remember talking to him. So when's the last book? He said, "Oh, we're already working on that. It's not going to be that long a wait because I already know what we want to do. I was like, "Oh, okay, awesome." And he was telling that to all the fans, and because fans want to know when's it going to end, what will it be. Well, we didn't know that why there was a rush to end it. But
you got to give him credit. He at least wanted his story finished.
And I appreciate that.
Instead of trying to say, "Oh, I can do it all. One more book. Let me get this written," and then he gets halfway through it. He didn't finish his thoughts, and then there's
supposedly there was just a lot written and a lot.
Well,
so he didn't try to rush it. He didn't try to rush it.
He made sure that he wrote down plenty of notes.
Right.
So he knew that someone else was going to have to finish it.
Right.
And he did that on purpose.
Right.
So
okay. So there you go.
Props to him.
So Knife of Dreams, the final book from Robert Jordan. Thank you, Robert Jordan. At least you got us out of the slog. It's almost like he set the volleyball up so that Brandon Sanderson can spike it.
Oh yeah.
And does he spike it?
Yeah.
But
Looking forward to it.
To take nothing away from Robert Jordan, incredible world builder.
Oh yes.
Sets the stage.
Yes.
Brandon Sanderson comes in and just with a masterful pen stroke.
Yes, I agree.
Comes in and just, Hail Mary.
Well, it's
touchdown
fantastic.
pass. Just
Well, the play was already
all the analogies.
The play
you could
was
think of
already
to
written.
win the
All he did was have to run the play.
Yeah.
The play was already solid.
Yeah.
So there you go.
But boy, he made it beautiful.
He did. And we'll talk about it next time
We will.
on Princes of the Universe.